Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in. Now, listen, want to talk to you about this because I did a video on this the other day, and you women, you, you women on there talk about, uh, well, a woman can have a bright body, but that don't mean nothing about her character. Listen, we understand that. We understand that. And this the thing. See, I'm married. Okay, so forgive me for coming down on you on that right there. But what you have to realize is you really want to master the things that are hard. Like that's really where you want to put your focus at. Y'all gotta forgive me. I just finished coaching. Let me save my files here. Been coaching, and you really want to master the things that's hard. And it's not. And I got a young lady. Now I'm working on me a skincare line now. Look for me an old investor. Might give me 10,000 for 10%. Oh, I just seen a little file I made. I'm always creating some, y'all. That's just how I grind. And so I take and I got one of my moderators, Joya. And that's how I say her name, Joya. But Joya have a beautiful spirit and beautiful in the face, and she say she on her weight loss journey, and she trying to lose weight. And I'm gonna tell you why the Lord allowed her to gain weight. Because if Joya was at her goal, she will be an absolute problem, and the men will be all over her. So a lot of times what I see weight as protective custody. Like I see that weight being something like it's your friend, it's your comfort, and when it comes to time to get rid of it, you know when it's time. It's kind of like that toy you had since you was a child, that teddy bear you had, that car you had. It's like it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's who you are, it's what you know. And so the thing about it is, I don't want y'all to think that it's all about looks. It's not all about that. But what you have to realize about looks is that looks represent so much more. So it's kind of like right now, boom, I got my beard and I'm looking scruggly. And so right here, what you will see is you see the extra hairs, that new growth. So tomorrow I got a haircut. See that right there? That's new growth. And then see how it's fluffy. So he gonna knock that down. Boom, he'll knock that down to where it's almost like the grays almost disappear because he knock it down. And they get lower. And then he tighten my line up. Do 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 do. Tight that line up. Do 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 do. So now I'm looking kept, looking put together. And so imagine if I just let this go and I didn't go to the gym. And I mean to the barber, and I just let this go for another 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and it's just growing. What you're gonna say? You're gonna be like, "Oh, Tony, look like you ain't shaved in a while. You looking unkept." And then when I take and I shave that, so imagine I let that go 12 weeks, then don't shave it, and I go apply for a job. Now imagine I go apply for that job like this, and I go apply for that job with that beard like this. And imagine I go apply for that job with it the perfect line, perfectly trimmed. Who you think they're gonna hire? So you gotta realize that when it comes to your image and how you present yourself, it's not just all about weight. It's about your skin, it's about your nails, it's about your hair. All of those things matter. So when it comes down to those things, of how you do that, it's like one of those situations of where it's a thing to where it's like, what do you really want? Who do you want to attract? And it's not about just attracting somebody either. It's also about you're teaching yourself discipline. Like tomorrow, I got a haircut at 10 a.m. Man, I really want to go to the gym, be to the gym at 8 a.m. So I'm tempted to write my wife right now. I just wrote her. I just set myself up for failure. I say want to leave here at 7 a.m. tomorrow and go to the gym. I just set myself up for failure. But I wanna hit that gym and get there before the new year. Because think about it, like it ain't just about you. It ain't just about dating. It's also about what it say about you. So let's say we get our body together. When you go and you look for an investor, when you go and look for a business partner, when you go and look for a new job, you're separating yourself from other people. You're elevating from other people. So now other people, they taking and they looking and they like, hold on. Okay. The person here taking care of themselves. You feel me? So it's one of those things of where like you taking and you going to that next level. And you looking different. You carrying yourself different. And so it's one of those situations to where now people can see like, oh, you're doing what other people not willing to do. You're doing what other people are afraid to do. You taking and you doing, y'all forgive me, I'm sending my wife some money. It just hit me, so I got to do it while I'm thinking about it. So now you taking and you doing what they afraid to do. So they take and they scared. You know, they don't want to take that. They don't want to do the right thing. And now you elevate, you separate yourself. And this is the thing, you gotta get out your feelings. You gotta get out your feelings. Like, as long as you in your feelings, you are blocking your blessings. Your feelings is blocking your blessings. And I seen women in the comments trying to deflect, being mad. Oh, it just seems it's so superficial today. It's more to a person than how much they weigh, how they look. We all understand that. But the thing about it is, if you got the personality, don't stop there. If you can have the personality, but then you can go and get it, like you could go and get the body too. That's in your control with how you eat, how you sleep, how you work out. That's all in your control. Go get it. Like, go get that. Like, don't let that stop you. Like, go get that. Like, it's time. Like, let's go. Like, get up and go forward, because that's only gonna make you better. That's only gonna make, like, come January, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It gets different when you married. When you married, it's different because now you trying to please somebody else. So when you married, it's one of those things of like, you don't want to leave your partner behind. So that's why I just asked my wife, do you want to go to the gym? Now, at that gym, the women be lookers. The women be lookers. They ain't looking my way because I'm 5'10". And I'm a black guy, you know, with gray hairs. Like, it's all white people in there. So for a black guy, you need to be 6'4". You need to be built like a Greek sculpture. You need to look like you play on the local professional NBA or NFL or NHL or MLB team. If you don't look like that, these white women, they're not paying you no attention. Until they know you got some money, they see your car you get in and out of. Until they know you got some money, they ain't paying no attention. So I can go in there and work out, do whatever I want to do. Unless she's an unattractive white female, she's not paying me no attention. And so it's all good. And to be honest with you, some white boys, they into black women now. But typically then is they want to know she got money too. They don't just want no black woman just to have a black woman. Like they want to know you got a good job, you got some good money, whatever it is. And so if my wife say she don't want to go, I'm gonna get up and go by myself. And sometimes for those of y'all who in a relationship, don't stop. Don't stop working out. Don't stop getting in shape. Don't stop doing what you got to do. Don't stop doing what you supposed to be doing. Like, don't stop. Because you need to be, you need to grind. You need to grind and do what it is you supposed to be doing. Get to your best self. Get to your best self. Don't allow yourself to fall off. Like, create you a day plan. If you're not, we doing a hour of motivation on January 1st. It's only $10. I made it 10. The reason why I made it, I put a little price on it because it's only $10 is just so that because I have a limit on my Zoom account, and so I had to put a price on there. So click the link, you'll see it. It'll say Power Hour on Tony Gass's Academy. Go there right now, pause the video, go on over there, $10, grab your seat. Lord, I pray you got $10. You ain't got $10. Woo, Lord, you ain't got $10. What I'm thinking about doing in 2026 is doing a business lesson at noon, and then life, love, and relationships, life and love at like 9 p.m. That's what I'm thinking about for 2026. So once I carve out the time to be able to do it. But listen, I want you to be able to go ahead and start making those changes and doing what you got to do to get where you trying to go. Y'all forgive me. Let me take my sip of my water. Y'all forgive me. It took me a little more than a sip. Tip my old Super Gold. Finish that little water bottle. And so listen, you're gonna have to realize like everything is waiting on the other side of you getting committed and you locking in. And that's one thing that people don't want to do. They don't want to get committed. They don't want to lock in. And if we could do that, so I'm thinking like, okay, yeah. Now for me, it's a little different. My gym is this an aura ring, y'all. So don't think that this fashion for me. This is an aura ring. Okay, I'm not into that kind of fashion, all that right there, sweet booty stuff. You guys with all them rings on, no, don't get that. Don't get me twisted. But if I could lock on in, see, for me it's a little different because it's a situation of my gym is 45 minutes away. It used to be 20 minutes. They moved it from the mall to the other side of town. So those of us over here, we got to drive forever. So me and my wife, we literally like, we never go. Like we done had that membership since they've been at that place at least a year. We probably have gone like twice. So I'm gonna have to just spend the money in gas to get on over there. And I know they finna be packed come the new year, but I'm gonna have to just spend the money in the gas and get on over there and just do what I gotta do to get over there. I might even just book us a Uber. I mean, that's more money, but no, that's too much money. I'm gonna have to drive. It ain't gonna be no parking though because they're gonna be so full, but I'm gonna have to get over there. And that's what I want you to do. And listen, for those of y'all who want a relationship and you work a good job, and like you got a full-time job, and especially if you don't have kids, You need to get a membership at the most expensive gym in your city, because that's where you're going to meet a higher net worth person. You're going to meet somebody who work a good job. You're going to meet somebody who got a little more. And so that's where you need to be at. Trust me when I tell you. So get you somebody who got them a little more. Y'all get what I'm saying? Let me tell why. Minutes. And so that's what you got to realize and understand is this is not about your feelings. This is about you becoming the best that you can be. This is about you exercising a level of discipline so that you can show your potential partner, your potential mate, your potential lover that you are a driven and dedicated, locked in, focused person. And it doesn't just matter about being a sweet person with a good heart and all of that, because eventually your lack of discipline will catch up to you. So, for example, remember I told y'all about the soccer director of my son's former club, both of my sons. So my one son, he kicked him off the team because he was playing high school soccer as well. And then my younger son, who did nothing to nobody, everybody loved him. He kicked him off the team because after he kicked my oldest son off the team, I sued him. I sued him in the club for doing that to my son because it could have cost him his whole future, because he kicked him off right before he was getting ready to play in the biggest showcase of the year. So he kicked him off the team, and the way it worked out is the guy who played in my son's position still didn't end up getting a college scholarship at all, and had to just stay home. And my son went up there and was able to play, and now about to move on up to the first team the second half of his freshman year. So it worked out. And so he tried to ruin my son, and my son still went the highest level. He had an offer at Division 2, but he still went Division 1. And now the guy done got fired, but he resigned as if he resigning, but really I know he got fired because he ain't gonna resign from the walk away from no check. And he done got fired, and but guess what? He 500 pounds. So it's like eventually that metabolic state that we live in, it affects us. Like I notice when I'm metabolically unhealthy, it's the hardest thing in the world. Like it affects my mental health. It affects my spiritual health, my physical health, of course, because metabolic. So when you take and you start fasting, and in that fasting you're praying, you're developing discipline. Like, and the thing about it is, it's for me it's harder because I'm married, and so my wife, a part of our relationship is just our bonding time. So we sitting down, we eating and stuff like that. And but if it was up to me, like if I was a single man, I would eat every other day. Like some people live like that. That's what I would do. I would eat every other day. I wouldn't eat every day. I would eat a full day, eat what I want to eat. It'll still be relatively healthy. And in that next 24 hours, I would fast. And then I would eat again. And I would eat inside of an 8-hour window and then fast 24 hours. And that's how I would live my life, because in our beginning days of our bloodlines, we had to go out and hunt for the food. You got to go hunt the food. If you're not eating meat, if you're not killing an animal, then you going and plucking your vegetables, and you know how light vegetables are. It's like you can eat them all day and it's like you don't feel nothing. You're not bloated. You barely feel satiated. Like you feel satiated, but a lot faster because you eating vegetables and it's boring. You know, you eating fruit and vegetables. And so that's how the vegans are. And as long as the vegans not eating a bunch of carbs, then they be pretty fit. And they just got to find, the right sources of protein and stuff like that. But you have to start thinking about your metabolic health. And you got to start buffeting your body and buffeting your life to where, like, one of the things I do, my sleep health is not the best. My sleep hygiene. But my wife, she's starting to fall asleep a lot earlier. And so I will, because she say I snore, I'll stay up later so I could watch her sleep for like 4 hours. And so I know if I go to sleep and I mess around and snore, which my son say that comes from poor gut health. So I got to work on my gut. And so life is intentional. Like, when you look at the design that God has created in our world, this design that God has made, he was very intentional with his creations. We fail by being unintentional. We have to be as directional and as intentional as God is. Like, we got to get to a place to where we're moving the way God moved. And we take and we look and we see, like, okay, how intentional is God? And if God is that intentional, let me be that intentional. Like, let me do what I'm supposed to do and be intentional. But we will be unintentional, and then we pay the price. And a lot of people don't realize that they're not getting the raise because of how they present themselves. They're not getting the job that they want because of how they present themselves. They're not getting the breakthrough that they want because of how they present themselves. And so you have to get to a place to where you really start to become intentional. So that's why I say, if you can't afford the solopreneur mastermind to start your business and become a 6-figure, 7-figure earner, that's on Tony Gas Academy too, then at least get in the January 1st kickoff call. And so that you can take the action. It ain't about what you hear on the call, because you already know it all. Like, you already know what you're supposed to do. It's really about just being intentional and taking the action and showing up. You're showing yourself that I invest in me, I love me, and I show up. I'm doing the work to grow and to go to the next level. And that's why I do stuff like that. It's just about just that right there. I also just released a book, 31 affirmations, called I Will. 31 affirmations to help you shift from fear to focus. It's on Amazon.com. Type in I Will Tony Gaskins Jr. and you'll see it pop up. It's a Kindle version and it's a paperback version. Grab that right there and get that in your spirit. Grab that, get that in your spirit. Read them affirmations. And if you get the physical book, get the physical book. It's 5 by 5, 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So it'll fit in your hand, it'll fit in your purse, fit right there. Take it to work in the morning, wake up, read whatever day it is. If it's the day is 28, read day 28. And read that affirmation, read it 3 times. Repeat it to yourself. If you got a journal, take and write out what it means to you. Write out what that affirmation means to you and what's that saying to your spirit, and a declaration of your own of what action you're finna take, what you finna change, what you finna do, what you finna do differently. Write that out, put that in there. And then the next day, rinse and repeat. It's time to become intentional about what you're doing. So we talked about this, and this is the thing. Like, in 2026, you got to push in that area. Whatever area you weak in, that's where I want you to kick the door down in so that you can go to the next level. This is the thing. Like what I want you to understand is that you got it in you. Like, you built different. Like, you're not like these other people. Like, you divinely cut, you divinely set apart, like you called to something more. And that weight, that extra weight on you, that troubled acne skin, that bad sleeping, the bad drinking, the bad eating, that is your spiritual warfare. And your spiritual warfare is there to block you from the level of greatness that you've been called to. That's all it is. It's there to block you from the level of greatness that you've been called to. So that's what I want you to realize and understand. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And so get to that place to where you are able to see, like, okay, this what I got to work on. Like for me, I take and I look at and I say, okay, where is the devil attacking me in small ways? What are the small things? Because remember, the Bible said a little bit of leaven leaveneth the whole lump. And it says it's the small fox that spoiled the vine. So it's the little things. So you could take and look and say, okay, listen, I'm not a drunkard or nothing like that, but I drink every single day. So that could add up. It could add up. It's compound interest. What about if you took and you said, what about you did this? Okay, let's say you drink. Let's say you smoke. Let's say you eat desserts, whatever it is. What about if you took and you calculated the cost of that per day? And any day that you can withstand from it, you can abstain from it, you take that amount of money, let's say it's $3, $5, whatever it is, $7, $10, and you invest that into a stock. So let's say you use Google and Google got a stock trader, or you got Vanguard. Go to Vanguard. I got the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. And let's say every day that you abstain from having that drink, having that blunt, that smoke, whatever it is, or getting on the slot machines or whatever it is, I found that the gambling app got a slot machine on there. I said, oh Lord, here we go. These folk got a slot machine. What in the world? So let's say instead of getting on there and you about to blow, let's say the slot machine, you about to blow $100. Boom. Put that in your investment. And so imagine if you put up $5 a day. Imagine if you put up $5 a day. 5 times 31. That's $155 a month. Times 12. That's $1,860. Times the next 20 years. That's $37,200. That right there, that'll buy you a new car. But if you're investing that, it's growing. So it will have doubled. But over the 20 years, it will have doubled over probably 10 years. It might double. So that's 74,000. Like you could pay for your grandchild college at that point. And so think about that and really get to that point to where you looking and you like, man, okay, this thing serious here. Like, I could really do some damage out here. And the thing about it is when you start to grow and you start to change and you working on you, then you're going to start to, y'all forgive me, text my wife. you're going to take and you're going to start to elevate, and you're going to start to see people treat you different. You're going to see people start to, they treating you different. They see you different. It's going to be different doors, different avenues in your life start to open. Cause think about it, and this is the thing, what you don't what you don't do. This is what you don't do. Picture yourself right now. You the supervisor. You the head supervisor at the company. Somebody come in. You doing interviews. Somebody come in and they're 100 pounds overweight and they got acne. And their hair not done or their face not done or whatever. Let's say it's a man. He 100 pounds overweight. He got a little acne. His beard not shaved. He come in there and he apply for the job. You interviewing him. And then after him, here come me. I ain't even in the shape, but I'm in a little bit of better shape than him. I come in there, I got my suit on, and you interview me. Who you finna get a job? He could have sounded a little bit smarter than me. Could even have a little bit better education than me. But if I come in and I'm looking put together, and I still sound smart enough and I'm capable of doing the job, you finna give me the job, because what are you gonna say to yourself subconsciously? Subconsciously, you're saying to yourself, what you saying to yourself? Subconsciously, you're saying to yourself, he did the work. Like, he takes care of himself. The other guy doesn't take care of himself. Y'all gonna forgive me, I'm multitasking. And you're gonna, and you can't put that on paper. You can't say somebody came in who was fitter than you or better shaved than you or whatever. You can't say that. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna look at the situation and you're gonna be like, okay, now this is a situation of like, to where you came in and you look like you didn't love yourself. And so here's the thing, what I found is very rarely have I found someone who doesn't take care of themselves that can fully take care of me. Meaning, and when I say take care of me, like, that's gonna fully do the job that I've entrusted them with, that they're gonna do that to the highest degree. Very rarely do I find that. Very rarely do I find somebody who doesn't take care of themselves to the best of their ability in every area that they can, that's going to take care of the task and the job that I have entrusted them with. And so that's what this is about. Like, you gotta be able. And the thing about it is, I'm gonna look at this. Look at this. I just posted on here. I just posted on here to see if it'll do it. Here they go. They still ain't get it right. They sending me links. Look what it showed me though. Let me show you this. I asked him to show me somebody 100-pound overweight. Now look at this guy right here. Look at this guy. Then look at this guy down here. And so even between this guy right here and this guy right here, or this guy right here and this guy right here, between this guy right here and this guy, which one you gonna choose? You not finna go up there and say, well, I'm gonna get to know them, and just based on just walking by, and both of them shoot they shot. You get to know them later. Which one you gonna choose? You out at the lounge, music playing. One guy comes shoot his shot, other guy comes shoot his shot. You gave your number to both of them. Which one you finna entertain? Which one you finna really talk to? You gonna talk to the guy who is a little fitter. And that's because to you it says he loves himself more. He's done more of the work. Same thing applies to your skin. Same thing applies to your nails. Same thing applies to your job, to your education. So here's the thing. Even with, let's take it off of the body. Even with your income, it's like, are you comfortable with your income? Have you settled? I was just talking to a client who, she has a gift and she does something in this area over here that she's really good at. She's gifted in that area. But guess what? She hasn't done anything with it. She hasn't created anything. She hasn't produced anything. And the space that she's thinking about going into is literally a $1 million space. Like, it's $1 million situation to where, boom, like she set up, like she looking good, like she doing good if she actually goes into that space. And so it's one of those things to where you got to produce. So, and if you can't do it, you don't know nothing about business, then make sure you get in the Solopreneur Mastermind. It's going to be the best investment you ever make in your life. You'll see it on TonyGaffelsAcademy.com right there. You'll see it on there. Grab your spot. It's very limited. We don't have many people in there. Let me look and see how many people in there. Right now, it's a small group. And I made it a premium price because I didn't want a bunch of stragglers in there. I ain't want everybody in there who not serious. You know, you got to be serious by that and be really ready to do the work. And so, and you're going to see the difference in this. If it pull up, I'm going to show you how many people on our call on January 1st, you know, for the $10, where you'll see where people finances are and how many people in the Solopreneur Mastermind, different situations. And so, and that's because of the level of work that or the level of sacrifice that we've made. And that's the important thing to think about when you out here building. It's like, you got to process and realize that it's levels in life, and you got to be willing and ready to do the work. So I'm up here. I'm on my online academy, and it's saying in the past 30 days that I've earned $41,000. And now $41,000, that's one stream of income, and that's more than school teachers earn. And so I say that to say, and a lot of people be lying. And I don't like to sell and all that. I don't like to lead with money or none of that right there. But, I can't even show a tab because it's on the screen. And, but And y'all know I ain't got no reason to lie. But that's more than a lot of school teachers earn. And in a year. And it's saying that that's what I've earned in the last month from my online academy. And so I say that to say it's out there for us. But you have to be intentional. You gotta think about what you can do, but then what you got to do is you got to take action. Like, you can't sit there and do nothing. And I try to give away the game to people. And you'll be surprised, like, a lot of people just, they don't want the game. So I made this thing. It's 184 people. Look and see, after you watch this video, come back 24 hours later and see how many people have watched this video. They maybe ain't get to this point. But it probably gonna be in the thousands. It's 184 people that paid $10 for a class that's 1 hour, and it's only $10. It's 184 people. So here's what people think. People assume, they'll say, oh, well, if he got 500,000 subscribers and he do a class, that means 10% gonna get in that class. That's 50,000. So people will be looking and thinking like, oh, 50,000 people gonna buy that course. 184 people. 184. So that go to show you why it's so few people at the top. Because most people won't do the work. Most people won't make an investment in themselves. The solopreneur right now, we're going to have a group chat on there. The solopreneur right now is 11 people, 11 members. And we're gonna knock it out of the park. We're going to grind. We're going to do our thing. We're going to knock it out of the park. And listen, me personally, if I could help make them 11 people millionaires, that's what I'm going to give them all the game. It'll be no questions unanswered. Be no questions unanswered. Let me email them right now. Send that right there. Welcoming more folks. 11 people. And I had a couple other people say, Tony, I'm going to sign up. They waiting to get their tax return. And we don't start till April. So grab your spot. But I'm not letting more than 100 people get in there, because on our calls, it'll be 20 to 50 people. And I like to be able to answer every question. And we're going to do 2 Zoom calls a month. And then I'm also going to be doing one-on-one sessions with everybody. And then also in-person meetups. So I can't have too many people in there anyway. So that's why I haven't been promoting it that hard. Because I can't have too many people in there. And I want you to think about that, though. And I want you to realize, like, how few people do the work and how few people are in a position to do the work. So that's why a lot of times people be thinking like, oh, well, Ain't nobody out here for me. Ain't nobody out here I could love. Ain't nobody out here I could be with. Ain't nobody out here I could do this, I could do that with. And it's like, no, what you got to realize is most people not going to do the work. Like, what you got to realize, most people are not willing to sacrifice. Most people were not willing to go. So what's going to happen is 1%, top 1% women will attract top 1% men. Top 10% women will attract top 10% men. If you at a 50 percentile, then you're going to attract men in the 50 percentile, vice versa. And so the higher you elevate, the better you look. When I say better you look, meaning the more work you putting in on your mind, body, and spirit. The more work you putting in, then the better you're going to look, the more you're going to attract. And then the more you grind. So it's like you working a job, you making 30, 40, 50,000, but you got a gift or you got an idea that if you just implement that idea and you start that idea can make you 100,000, a million. I just told you, like my online academy, that was an idea randomly in the middle of the night. Like I'm getting ready to go to bed. I close my eyes and I'm like, man, I gotta be able to make money while I sleep. And then it came to me. TonyGaskinsAcademy.com. And I just watched it play out in my spirit, and it said, this is a place to where you could put all your knowledge one time. You could shoot courses one time, and then you share your message every day on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. People go to your academy and they buy your courses and they learn everything that you've learned, everything that you know. So the all access membership on there has 80 courses in it for only $170. One of those courses now is a certification course, training you on how to do what I do as a life coach. That course was $5,000. So now for $170 a year, if you sign up right now, you get that course. And so a lot of people don't understand that it's out there. And I don't have a college degree. I'm teaching what I learned off the muscle. Like I'm teaching like self-taught lessons. Like I'm teaching stuff that I learned going through the process. No college degree, not even a bachelor's, let alone a master's or a doctorate. Although I got a doctorate worth of experience, need one of these accredited colleges to give me one of these doctorates. I just need a bachelor's. But I ain't even got the time because I'm serving the people all day, every day. I ain't got time to do the schoolwork. But I say that to say that was an idea in the middle of the night. The ebook, the ebook. I just released that, and I did that on the plane. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, that I want you to understand. I got a book on there, Broke Minded. It's on the Kindle, the finance series, Broke Minded, from 2013. It's on there. And look on here. Kindle, or you click paperback, $12.99. Free delivery January 2nd on $35 item. Boom. Faster delivery Tuesday, December 30th. December 22nd, 2025. Had the idea. Wrote the 31 affirmations on a plane coming home. Talked to one of my clients today. She said, Tony, as soon as I seen that, I bought that. And she said, and it blessed me. But look, these is my books. Broke Minded. I don't even publish that. Promote that no more. That's 12 years old. This book, 12 years old. More than 12 years old. Look at this. February 1st, 2007. This is my original book that I posted, that I promoted. This is from Author House did this. Only 10 left in stock. Order soon. Only 10 left in stock. This is my very first book, 2007. It's 2025. 31 Days to Purpose. 31-day journal with prompts. Look, this is a journal with prompts. 31 Days to Purpose. Single is not a curse. Ideation. That's all this is. Look, 2013. November 1st, 2013. August 5th, 2013. So August, September, October, November. 4 months later, dropped another book. November 1st, 2013. Single is not a curse. Look, November 1st, then look, November 18th. That's, look, 8 years apart, but same month. Something about that November now. This me and my wife book. This traditionally published right here. Got us some haters. We 4.8. Got us some haters on here. Then this is my wife book. Wife type right there. And this one of the guys that was big back in the day. We had the same person. One of the same. All my books ain't on there. Dream Chaser right here. Audiobook, $0 with a free trial. Hardcover, $13.46. Kindle, $15. Mrs. Wright, 2012. Released it on Valentine's, 2012. The new Guy Code, go get this for your son. This is a long time ago now, so it's mentioning 50 Cent and them rappers that was in style back then. June 18th, this right here, Becoming a Man in a Fatherless Society. This was, I would say, 13 and up, 16 and up, depending on maturity level. This is my year. This is another affirmations book. It's on Kindle. Good little book now. This is my daddy book right here, Unequally Yoked. Why my relationships keep failing. This my workbook, 21 lessons on Ruth and Boaz. See, I did this in 2017. That's why Devon Franklin did that Ruth and Boaz movie. Seen my book. Then jumped on there. Road to Destiny, 2011. Wife Type, 2015. I don't know who book that is. I think that's all my books. So, listen, that's what I'm trying to tell you right there. Now, listen, this no college degree. I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to impress you. What I say that to say is, don't let somebody without a college degree outwork you. If you got a college degree, if you got a master's, you got a doctorate, don't let me outwork you. Don't let somebody who come from the South, who never even really read books like that, outwork you. You read books all the time. You done read several books. Don't let me outwork you. But I want you to think about that too, though. What I just showed you, them books I just showed you, what you seen right there is productivity. And that's what I really want you to understand when it comes to being productive. So when I'm talking to you, I ain't just talking to you just blowing smoke. Like, I ain't just blowing smoke. I'm taking and I'm giving you the game. So you see this life coach certification, I wrote the textbook and the workbook. My dad did the workbook, I did the textbook. Solopreneur Mastermind. But then look right here, all access membership. Let me show you something. Let me take and show you something. 4th quarter virtual conference, life coach, how to start a small business, birth your book, YouTube for beginners, how to create an online course, entrepreneurship with purpose, mastering the 3 B's, moving on, income stream, social media mastery, parents helping parents, birth your book live Zoom, how to become a paid speaker, YouTube secrets, ghostwriting, mailing list 101, public speaking 101, the personal brand, product creation. This show you how to use Alibaba, husband material. This for the men. When to let go, dating 101, single moms dating, soul ties, make it work, men healing. Look at all these courses now. These are all courses or lives that I taught myself. All of these is me teaching these courses. Each one of these is a different course. all of these courses is put in here for $170. And the reason why is because I did the work one time. So I did the work one time, so I'm able to sell all of this for $170 a year. And all of these courses, where you see these courses $50, $45. This my son course right here, TikTok, how to build on TikTok. I got my free courses in there. But I say that to say, listen, this is what I mean by, if I could do this, all them courses, that means that let me know you could do it. And so you got to lock in, because think about it. When you go, especially if you single, but even if you married or engaged or whatever, when you start to elevate, you inspire the people around you. Your friends and family see what you're doing, they get inspired. And so it's all about taking and creating. And like even today, I'm working. Man, listen, I took and boom, I'm up there. I'm working on my skincare line. I'm sitting up there, I'm working on my skincare line. My son texted me going to a movie at 7:40. And so that's what you got to think about and get to that place to where you can take and start to change your life and putting one foot in front of the other. And that's what you got to realize and understand and get to that place to where you able to see progress. You able to elevate. You able to get to someone text me. And so you able to get to that place to where now you could take and see, like, you know what? Boom. I done caught and passed this goal, caught and passed that goal, caught and passed that goal. People who was ignoring you, now they see you. People who was overlooking you, now they see you. So that's what you got to get to. That's what you got to realize and understand. You want to get to that place to where you able to make those advancements. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You see what I got to offer. If you can't do the Solopreneur Mastermind, then get you some of them books, get you some of them courses, do the work by yourself, go through it one step at a time, put the work in, one foot in front of the other, and make it happen. One foot in front of the other. And don't give up on yourself. Don't turn your back on yourself. Get out there and make it happen. And hey, this Tony Gaskins, I'm here. I put my one-on-one session link. I rested it. Although I have some people that booked me for $500 an hour so they could get in earlier, I do have a discounted link at only $150. But it's booking into the end of the first quarter. So it's booking into March now, which is my birthday and anniversary month and Tatum birthday month. It's booking into March. So it'll be a good little first quarter wrap up. So if you started your New Year's resolution in January and hitting your goals and doing what you're doing, working and grinding into March, then we'll be able to lock in March and talk before the second quarter of the year. So grab your session if you need one. God bless you. And I'm going to keep pumping out all the insight and motivation that I can. So even for the people who can't afford to get on a course or the whatever the January 1st call, you still got this right here. God bless you. We'll talk soon. All the important links in the description.